we gotta do surgery on you. You can't leave the hospital. And James, he was at the house with the boys, and I knew the boys needed mommy. And I'm like, need surgery? You know, I don't trust the doctors. I'm 100% with Jesus Christ. And so this guy, you know, I had an IV in me and things like that because they had to do tests because I needed paperwork for a particular thing, so that's why I was there. And they was like, I was like, okay, then they talking surgery, so I called James. But James, you know, he was ready to leave, but I didn't want him to leave out in the cold. It was in the wintertime with the babies. So I had called Elder Lewis. I called him Elder. And I had him on his cell phone, and I was telling him, you know, he was like, well, you know, we faith believers up in here. And I was like, amen. You know, so I was like, you know, I'm 100% with you. But this doctor, this young doctor, he just said I was crazy because I was like, can you just take the IV out of me? And he was like, well, if I take the IV out of you, I'm going to have to put it right back in. And I was like, I got to get home to my babies. And he didn't care. He just was like, you know, don't worry about your babies, you know. It was around Christmas time last year. And he was like, don't you want your kids to have a Merry Christmas? Because they said I wasn't going to live. You know, he said you're going to die because the baby was growing in the wrong part. I didn't care what he had to say because I was trusting in Jesus. I was just trying to find a way to get up out of there because he wasn't trying to take the IV out. And so, you know, he was like, well, I was like, I got to get home. So he was, you know, basically, I don't want to take up all the time. But, you know, he was basically saying that if he take the IV out and if I leave, he was going to call the psychiatric people on me and tell them to take me away because I'm crazy. And so I still had Elder on the phone, and Elder was listening, and he was like, the doctor was like, can I speak to the person, your bishop or whoever you're speaking to? And I said, no, you know, and then after that, I said to the doctor, I'm like, you know, I'm saying to myself, I was like, okay, I got to have some good acting skills for him. So I was like, I told the doctor, I said, excuse me, can you just give me a minute to think about this? And he was like, sure, I'll give you all the time you need. And so he left out. And when he left out, I was like, hey, Elder, I'm out of here. So I had on the gown, but I had on my skirt. And I grabbed my bag. And I mean, it was like a movie. Because I looked like a crazy person leaving the hospital. And I was looking, you know, and he was over there talking. And I had Elder on the phone the whole time. And I just ran. I was ducking and I ran. I couldn't find the exit. And I was like, I seen some man, some guy. I was like, hey, yo, can you? I was like, hey, where the exit at? How you get out of here? He was like, oh, it was that way. And I ran with the hospital garb on and everything. I was like a crazy one. Ran outside with the hospital garb on, and I was like, wait a minute. It's gonna make it look like I was a runaway patient or something. So I was like, I better put my coat on or something. So I started running, and I had lost Elder off the phone because I had ran through like a radiation where I guess the signal, lost the signal. So I lost Elder, and I called James, and I was like, hey, they crazy. I'm getting up out of here, and I was running, and I missed the bus, and I was like, and I ran down the street in the middle of the street, and I ran down, and I got a taxi, and I said, hey, can you take me home? And you know, and make the long story short, I'm alive. I'm alive. And so thank you, Jesus. Oh, and I can't forget Bishop Green, because when I got home, I had to tell him what happened. And Bishop Green said, sister, don't you worry about them. Them doctors are liars. They don't know what they talking about. They liars. You just call on Jesus. I'm going to pray for you, and you just call on Jesus. You just hold on. And I thank you, Bishop Green, for that, for giving me strength, and Elder Lewis for giving me strength. You know, because you can never have enough people telling you and giving you strength, you know, to keep on holding on, because I went to the hospital and the doctor said what he said. The devil was fighting my mental, and I had to be really strong and call on God. So I just was calling on him, crying and calling on him. And this song is basically my testimony So I had the words to sing, and James is here to help me out with the first verse and everything.
The moment that I met it was difficult. Wonder how I can let it go. You know, the physical. Came to realize that I had to make a decision. It was the success of the Lord, the reason that I'm living. Trusting in you, Jesus, I love you so. Worship you ever, morning, noon, and night, everywhere I go. So determined to stay focused on you, never letting go. To a moment to it all, I know that you know.
I love you.
Hallelujah.
I trust you.
Hallelujah.
I need you.
Hallelujah. Yes, Lord, I know you're working it out for me.
Lord, I know you're working it out for me. Yes, Lord, I know you're working it out for me. Lord, I know you're working it out for me. I know you're working. I know you're working it. Lord, I know you're working it out for me. Yes, Lord, I know you're working it out for me. Lord, I know you're working it out for me. I know you're working.
I know you're working
Yes,
it out.
working it out, cleaning it up all over me, making sure the trial is done, praising through everything. I bring my hands up and I give him glory. There is nothing else can stop me. There's no other God that can do what you do. The way you heal my body without an ounce of a pill. No hands of a doctor, cause I know that you're real. This is not subliminal, but a real true love for miracle. Healing powers, Lord, I'm grateful for everything. I know about your works and I'm glad for your blessings. Lord, I never leave you. I will never. So I thank you, Jesus. Keep working on me. Oh, Lord, I know you're working it out for me. Yes, Lord, I know you're working it out for me. Lord, I know you're working it out for me. Yes, I know you're working. I know you're working it. Lord, I know you're working it out for me. Yes, Lord, I know you're working it out for me. Lord, I know you're working it out for me. I know you're working.
I know you're working it out.
Love, great love, hope in Jesus. Only one way to the King, his name is Jesus. Merciful, everlasting, in Jesus I trust. Surrounded by the best, giving love. Lucifer wanted to be the king, but it's Jesus. I must stay a true practice runs with Jesus. Praise your holy name, and I always give you thanks. Lord, I thank you for your love. I thank you for the transition, Holy Ghost in us. Breathe the breath you breathe on us, the unforgettable powers you place among us. Lord, there's no other like you. Many try to form, but there's no form like you. I surrender my life to you. Yes, I surrender it all to you, Lord. Lifelong mission, catered to you, bow down in this world I do. Cause I'm a soldier till I die. I'm a walk with the life eternal, God's time. Lord, I know you're working it out for me. Yes, Lord, I know you're working it out for me. Lord, I know you're working it out for me. I know you're working. I know you're working it. Lord, I know you're working it out for me. Yes, Lord, I know you're working it out for me. Lord, I know you're working it out for me. I know you're working. I know you're working it. Lord, I know you're working it out for me. Yes, Lord, if the Lord is working it out for you, stand up and just
Let's give God a hand clap.